Hey, I went ahead and bought Assault Spy, so I'm going to do a quick overview. Right now the game's got some issues. I've had it soft lock on dialogue like 5 times. I think it took me a lot longer to finish a level than I thought, or what's intended. Also, the game only seems to boot on my first monitor instead of my second monitor. But overall, the performance is pretty solid. Now, before I get started with the main game, first thing I should say is that this game is leaps and bounds above Devil May Cry and Bayonetta right now because it actually has training mode and early access. Now, this is definitely early access. You have about a half-hour long level and a pretty decent, robust moveset. But there's not much else. You can't play as a second character yet either. So square or X is your dash. You can cancel into it any time. You also have a sprint by holding X or square. But the kind of like the control you have over it isn't the best. I hope that's something that he'll improve later on. Now the controls are actually kind of like the DMC reboot, meaning that you have a launcher button. Now there is enemy step, but you have to grind for it, so I can't actually show that just yet. You also have this lolly that comes out, and she acts as a decoy. Since most of the enemies in this game actually have ranged attacks, it's actually kind of nice to have her. She also gets attacks later on, but I haven't earned those yet. So I'll go ahead and I'll show some basic combos here. Notice the bar is filling up. We're going to get to that in a little bit. So if you ever watched Kamen Rider Faiz, this is pretty much Kamen Rider Faiz's actual form. They give this to you right at the end, so I haven't spent that much time with it. You can see all the cool shit you can do with it. So overall, the controls are pretty robust. You have an air dash, double jump, you have a helm breaker, you also have the dash jump. You can see how nimble he is. Let me go ahead and play long enough so that you guys can see some of the moves he has. So you can use this, the Faiz Axel form speed up, basically when you fill up the bar. I haven't had much time with it. They give it to you during a scripted event during the final boss. But it works pretty much just like any character action game, meaning that once you unlock everything you can play again. Which is nice. This is definitely the definition of early access. There's really only one level and not a whole lot to do, so it's nice to have a little something to encourage playing through the game again. So I'll do a little bit of gameplay here so I can at least get to the skill NPC. There are definitely a lot of cutscenes. I think maybe they'll add a mode or something where there's not so many interruptions, but most of them you can skip. For the sake of having this overview not be half an hour also has these business cards, which you can detonate. Still getting used to the new moves here. Already pretty annoying with the lolly. That's just me. I haven't actually watched the cutscenes. It seems like it's actually, it doesn't take itself seriously. Most little I watch. All the stuff in the way does kind of get annoying, but I think it does have variety, so it's up to you if you like that or not. I'm sure this game is going to have a bloody palace, so I'm sure like most other character action games, it'll just bog down to playing that if you want to just have uninterrupted combat. I will say he definitely has pretty honest hitboxes. He's not like most, you know, stylish action game characters where they have ridiculous hitboxes. It's pretty much what you see, what you get with how he attacks and what it actually hits. One problem I'm having right now is now that I've unlocked that, like, rapid Rekka move, I can't punish as quickly as I can before. I think he needs to change the command on that move. Maybe I just need to use the other one where he does, like, a little briefcase punch. That seems to break their guard faster. But basically you have to break their armor and then you can combo them for a little bit.
Adios!
Alright, so there's going to be a skill shop coming up soon, so you can see the rest of the moveset. There's some pretty cool stuff. It's probably going to take a couple playthroughs to unlock everything. You can see how many cutscenes there are. I think he needs to just make it so pressing it once skips it or something. It does get a little excessive. How many times you have to skip to get the gameplay.
大したことはないよ、この程度。裏社会に生きる者としては当然のマナー。医療スパイってすげえ。気をつけて、めっちゃでかいやつが来たよ。お引き止めを。悪い、僕はこの会社に用がある。僕をしてもらおうか。
I must say, this is a pretty long level. It's not like the game isn't divided into chunks that you're used to. Like this apparently this is supposed to be like the whole first level. It's actually quite long. Normally in a game like this, I'd probably be on like the second or third level at least, but I'm not exactly sure how the game is going to be divided once it's, you know, closer to being finished. Load times aren't the best. I think it crashed. If you want to buy this and support the developers and help the game be better, then I definitely recommend it. I think what they have right now, the foundation is great, but it's not a very stable game, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out here, and then I'll come back and I'll show the skill shop. So hold on. Alright, so I had to endure another crash, but here is the skill shop. So in terms of the things I don't have unlocked that are pretty juicy, there's a double air dash which you could use to continue combos and have more mobility. This looks like some kind of like air trick type thing where you can quickly go behind enemies. And you have Trick Down, which pretty blatant Virgil reference. So I have this this prop shredder, but I don't know how to use it. The description doesn't really make much sense, but it looks like pretty much just prop shredder. And you have a adjust command for your launcher or your high time. And you can throw more cards. And the lolly can get an uppercut. So you're looking at about 20,000, maybe about 30,000 points to unlock everything. Oh, there's actually some more moves here too. So during an air dash you can get some combo extenders. Here's round trip. Here's roulette spin. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff to work with. Lots of aerial options. I'm really liking this so far. It's going to take a while before I can actually unlock all this stuff. But basically, the game is quite a bit unstable. I had it crash in soft lock numerous times. It is not using my main monitor. It's using my sub monitor. I'm not sure why that is. The optimization seems okay. I don't have the best computer, but I haven't had too many issues. I have had some spikes, but he did already talk about how he wants to improve the optimization and stuff. It should run fine, just don't expect a stable or complete product. If you want to give them feedback, I think the character action community definitely needs to kind of step it up and talk to this guy, because it seems like he really knows what he's doing. I think he actually does have some prior experience in the game industry. It's obvious he has some experience, because this is like leaps and bounds above what any other indie developer has done with this type of game. So definitely support it. It is $20. I think for $20 it actually does offer quite a bit. I actually wasn't expecting it to have like move upgrades at all, but there's quite a significant amount right here. So if you want to have fun, it actually does have a training mode like I demonstrated at the beginning of the video. So if you want to just dick around with the combos and stuff, I think this game makes it far easier than any other game in the genre right now, aside from the DMC Reboot, which has that awful Purgatory training room and like Onichan Bara Z2 Chaos. But aside from that, I haven't really seen a game in this genre have as many options to just train and stuff like that. So I'll definitely be uploading some raw gameplay and probably a full run once I have the full moveset. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm sorry for the crashes. I'm sure he'll kind of nix those out as soon as possible. Peace.